Well, a wealthy family with close ties to South African President Jacob Zuma is alleged to have been behind his decision to sack the finance minister in December. It's the latest in an ongoing dispute between Zuma and opposition parties, which believe he should step down. On December 9th, President Jacob Zuma removed his finance minister without giving any reason and replaced him with a relatively unknown member of parliament. Now, a day later, South Africa's currency, the rand, lost 10% of its value against the dollar and hit a record low. 2 days later, and following protests that called on him to resign, Zuma named a former finance minister to the position. And this week, the deputy finance minister, Jonas, revealed he was offered the position of finance minister by a powerful family, the Guptas, who have close ties to Zuma. Jonas declined the offer, but it's angered people who see it as the rich and powerful meddling in government affairs. Well, Zuma has denied the accusations in Parliament.
I never offered Jonas ministry. That's why he's a deputy minister. If Jonas says he was offered by the Guptas, I think you'll be well placed to ask the Guptas or Jonas. Don't ask me. Where do I come in? I had no business with that. I had absolutely no business.
Well, joining me now from Johannesburg is Pieter du Toit. He is the head of news at Network 24. Pieter, thanks so much for joining us. Listen, many of us thought Zuma had really weathered the worst of the efforts to first stop him from taking office, then later pushing him to resign. But might Gupta Gate and this issue with 3 finance ministers in as many days actually prove to be the straws that break the camel's back?
Well, thank you very much for having me. First of all, the president has certainly weathered a number of storms in his political career, starting way back in 2006, where he was implicated in a major corruption trial. He was accused of rape, which he survived, and he's survived numerous political scandals in his time as president. Now, the recent scandals certainly does threaten his future. The fact that he replaced the Minister of Finance without consultation and the effects thereof, and subsequent events which led to this last week's revelations about a family that's connected to him doling out cabinet posts is hurting him. But the question certainly remains, can he survive? I think it might be possible that he can still survive for a good while still. So
the accumulation of all these scandals might not actually reach boiling point. But what do you think should actually happen to Zuma? What would be best for South Africa now?
Well, certainly the feeling in this country at the moment, amongst a number of leading lights in the ruling party, certainly the whole of the opposition, and a number of intelligentsia in this country, does feel that it will be best for the country if the president does leave office. Under his rule, there has been a proliferation of corruption in government, in certain key state institutions. Our economy certainly is taking a hammering, and a lot of the problems that we have in this country is self-inflicted. We really can't blame the loss or the loss in value of the rand that's happened since December on the global economic situation. A lot of it is self-inflicted, and a lot of it comes down to poor decision-making by the president, and certainly poor judgment and lapses of judgment from him. So the feeling in this country at the moment broadly is that he should go. But the pragmatics of politics certainly does tell a different tale, and I suspect he'll still be in office for a good while still.
Okay, Pieter du Toit, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much for that from Johannesburg.